Hello, welcome. It is Sunday night again, just like it is every week on Sunday. At the end of the day, comes Sunday night. And here we are again to stream another session of our actual play, Like Clockwork. Thank you for joining us. And today we do not have Sarah. Sarah is already on her grand trip to Origins in order to represent Rem Alternus there at Origins and get everything ready because she's in charge. And when you're in charge, you got to go early and get everything ready. I am also going to Origins, but I am not in charge. So I am not leaving for another 2 days or another day and a half at this point. Time. So with that, I would like to really quick point out who is here. And we are going to start with Thin, who joins us. They were absent last week, and they have returned this week to pick up where we left off. What's going on in your neck of the world, Thin?
It is Pride. I am doing full swing events. I am doing my regular stream tomorrow night on Fable Collection. Then I'm going to be on Gnome Anne's page doing Be Gay, Do Crime. And then on Thursday, I will be doing another Fable Pride event where we're going to be doing Monster Hearts.
Oh, Monster Hearts. That is such an interesting game, I find.
I've never played it, and I'm really excited.
I think you'll have a really good time. All right. Moving in a counterclockwise direction, we have Isabitz. What is going on with you?
Hello, I am Isabitz on the Discord and the internet. I'm Elizabeth in real life. I am part of the the Alternia Archives Mighty Morphin podcast with Panabon, who is our Zordon. And I'm not actually sure when that airs, but it's going to be airing, and you should watch it because it's going to be amazing. And I also help out as an editor for Rem Alternus. So that's pretty much all I have going on right now.
Excellent. Alex, what's happening in Chicago? Anything exciting?
Let's see, exciting. Well, this week was tough. Mental health issues are real, but it's getting better. And I'm working to get my black belt in karate. So I'm doing Rocky style montage training sessions and beating up my body. And I'm sore. I rolled and fell a lot, which, is normal. So I'll be able to actually fight like Perunia one day. That's the aim. That's the goal.
Do you ever go into like
sword? Yes, I have one, Danny.
Lockers? Ever going to like frozen meat lockers and just like get sides of beef?
I mean, like, I could, but I have some wonderful friends who are willing to act as body bags, so why wouldn't I use them?
Indeed. All right, John, you've got to play the role of yourself and also Rem Alternus and play Sarah's role. So it's a lot. You got this?
All right. This is very exciting. I guess I'll go for me first. As Isabit said, I am Zordon, and we're going to call it Becoming Mighty and Morphin, Power Rangers podcast, and that's coming to Alternia Archives. There are a couple of games coming before that, because it's a bigger thing. So, like, currently I'm in the Saints and Sinners campaign, which episode 5 comes out next Friday, but Alternia Archives drops a fresh episode every Friday morning, and you can find that wherever your favorite podcast is available. Currently in Saints and Sinners, we have just taken on a crew member who is a futuristic shapeshifter type, and you kind of never know what they're going to be from episode to episode, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool campaign. Star Anvil Studios is bringing you that, along with bringing you some great Kickstarter stuff coming up this year, and Rem is partnering with them, among other groups, to help get the word out about Kickstarters. We have our own Kickstarter for Coddlesworth Clockwork Circus Issue 2, which is Danny's baby, and the reason that we're all here tonight with you in this fine location in our little squares of joy. And that is, if you go to remalternus.com/kick, you'll be able to get notified to launch for that. I don't know what the number is currently, but I think it's like over 100 now or something for that. I don't know what the number is. But let's say it's over 100 because I like that as a choice. So yeah. For me personally, I have my own podcasts. Everything is Gay, Even the Straight Stuff. Our discussion on Once Upon a Time for Mythic May has spilled over into June. It's now Mythic June because Once Upon a Time had apparently a lot to talk about. And not just because Lana Priya's amazing cleavage and voice have made it a joy to talk about. Also, Colin O'Donoghue plays a sexually ambiguous pirate, which is a lot of fun. Everything is Gay, Surf City Donuts, my sci-fi horror podcast audio drama is up and running. And it is June also here in Portland, as it is June everywhere, which is Pride Month. And so, as I did last week for June, I asked you about your favorite queer characters. This week, I'm going to ask you in the comments to talk about your favorite banned book. And banned books predominantly involve POC or queer characters. And so, I'd love to know in the comments what your favorite banned books are. And I want you to spend some time this month, if you can, celebrating banned books and getting people to read things that are banned because they're banned for a reason, and you should find out why. On the REM front, because of Origins, which I am not at physically, but I will be at spiritually in one of the Shadowrun modules that I helped write. The REM alternate schedule is a little different this week. It's a little lighter. We do have Paranormal Albany happening tomorrow. There's a court case going on right now, which is very hot because the judge can throw fireballs. So please watch out for that on Mondays. Friday will be a new episode of the Alternate Archive, Saints and Sinners. Once again, it's a current thing. I think Saturday we have something in the morning, but I'm not sure. But a lot of stuff is happening at Origins. I think on Thursday night we do still have something happening with Gen Con TV, but I don't know specifically what it is. But when I know, you'll know because I do all the social media announcements for things. So if you'd like to know what's going on, come look at our Facebook, look at our Instagram, join us, our Twitter, we have that too. Join us here in our Discord. Thank you for joining us here on Twitch. And yeah, keep a lookout throughout the week, posting some really cool stuff. Some new stuff in the Patreon that I haven't talked about before, I'm going to talk about this week, so you can get a fuller idea of how you can be a part of the community and support us financially. And I've just said a whole ton of words, but that's because Realm Alternus is a really cool community, and I want to use many words to describe my thankfulness for it and for letting me play Zordon in an upcoming Power Rangers RPG.
What it's all
Back
about.
to you, Dan.
That is what it's all about, is getting to play Zordon in the upcoming Power Rangers RPG. I mean, where do you go from there, you know? So, yeah, we'll be out this week for Origins. If anybody's going to Origins, please stop by and say hello. I'd love that. We'd love that. And we'll see everybody sometime after. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this session. It's about time. Welcome back. When we left off, everybody was heading to the dining car after having met Drew, played by Elizabeth, and there were varying degrees of happiness about that particular event. Some were happier than others. That said, Shayloon was also a little bit concerned and wondering about a small device that she found in her bag that she did not remember putting in there, but not sure exactly what it was. Looking kind of like about the size of like maybe a small like flask, like for bourbon or something, but without it, the part that looks like a cap was not a cap at all. And so here we are in the dining cart. We have gone towards the front of the train, so from where the bedrooms that everyone was staying at are. And yeah, everyone has found their seats.
Okay, when you say
Uh,
found seats, how many can fit into these booths? You know, I'm quite large.
they're enough for four of you to fit into the booths. If you're sitting next to Shayloon, it's absolutely fine. I mean, if you were sitting like next to Lex, then that would be a tight squeeze, but you could fit, you know, like so.
Just because I'm a small boy.
But
Like
yes,
my little brother.
I'm like
the,
You
5
have
feet.
great hair. So you have great hair, so that you've got that going for you.
Thank you. I do have great
Exactly.
hair. Oh, or I guess we both have great hair. Gee, thanks.
yes, indeed. Um, so Drew, this motley crew, very interesting. The two Dragonborn and then the two gnomes, uh, and some object that Perunia has. What are you carrying? It's what, wrapped up?
That's right. I have a package that I've wrapped in brown paper. And as we've all gotten into these small bench seats, I will give it to Panabon and say, here, looking at Lex and Shayloon, got something for you. Because I believe it's your birthday.
Ooh, you did. Thank you. Is it? Oh yeah, it is my birthday, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. It's nice. It's nice to have a birthday. It's nice to. How many years can you turn 18? Isn't that right?
Sure. As they open it up, what they will find a vial of potion that is for spider climbing, some pretty baubles, and then a beautiful piece of like gold shimmery cloth that could be used to make things. And Prunia says, I didn't know if this was the right kind of cloth or stuff to make things with, but I thought it was pretty, and you're very pretty, so I thought you could make it into something pretty.
Oh, I could. It's fabulous. This will actually make. There's a mythic tale about the lion that devours the world at the end of the world. So yeah, I can definitely make like a mythic lion head for this. It's great.
Mythic Lion.
Um,
Write that down.
And of course, as with all of the things Panabon says that may or may not be true, that may be a story Panabon invented to make coin. So it's hard to say whether that's true or not. I don't want anyone to feel pressured to actually put that in the universe. Um, but yeah, no,
What?
Panabon is very grateful. Panabon says thank you and doesn't tear up because Panabon doesn't get emotional about things like that at all, and it's totally cool. Um, Yes, and Panabon looks at the vial. Is the vial labeled, or is it just like the colluded, colored
It is
stuff that is
not
like?
labeled. In fact, Shayloon was like 95% sure that's what it was. So really, drink it and find out. But we believe, Shayloon believes that it is spider climbing potion.
Ooh. You know, it'd be great if this was a potion and it made like 10 of me at a time. Can you imagine 10
No,
Panabons in
I
universe
cannot.
at once?
I don't think the universe is ready for that, Panabon.
It's true, but that's okay. Many things that have happened this year, the universe was not ready for. So 10 Panabons would actually probably be a really delightful change of pace for everyone. But we will find out later what this does, just in case.
Okay.
I look around to see if there is any kind of waiter or how this works here, because we have not been in this dining car before. Maybe I should roll perception. Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Also, I want to make sure that like people aren't like watching us, which I probably should have checked for before using Panabon's real name. It's all right. It all looks good to me.
Yeah,
And it's a family name, because my name is
there's-
Rogelio Panabon. Rogelio being my first name that was given to me by my parents.
Parents.
There are a few other people in the car train. It's getting into kind of a late afternoon. There are mostly in small groups. You don't really see anybody that is sitting necessarily by themselves. Not at least in this half of the car. The train car itself is you're on one half. About midway, the carpet ends. There's some tiling, and it looks like there's a sort of a kitchen station. And there are a couple of service people that go up and down the stairs that are there, and they seem to be coming down with plates and the like for some of the other patrons that are in this car. So you imagine upstairs must be a kitchen. But after several moments, somebody does make their way over to you. They're dressed in simple black attire and quickly kind of get a measure of the table and then ask if you need to see a menu or if you know what you would like to order.
Prunia will order a beer immediately. And I guess ask to see a menu.
Very good. Anybody else a drink?
I see Prunia order a beer, and I too also order a beer.
Very good.
I would like a gnome whiskey with a fancy umbrella in it, if you have a fancy umbrella, please.
We can, I will ensure that there is a fancy umbrella in your whiskey.
Thank you.
It's his birthday.
I'm gonna order
Oh.
one too, and I'm gonna buy Panabon's drink for their birthday.
Oh, excellent. A birthday then. Well, happy birthday to you. And looks over to Shayloon, and Shayloon just says water.
Sounds right.
A little bit put out. Very good, water. And with that, he turns and steps away. So the train outside, the sky is darkening. It's not quite dark yet, but you are seeing the countryside as it passes by at a very high rate of speed. You've kind of left the sandy desert, and now you're kind of in like sparse, dry grasslands. Is what everything is looking like outside as the sun is kind of floating about 15 degrees up to the west.
As a sparse, dry grassland, is this more like sad Montana grass, or is this like happy Pride Rock Lion King grass? Like how?
No. It's more sad.
Oh, it's Montana. That's all right.
Maybe like a drier, hotter Montana.
Perhaps.
So Wyoming.
We'll go with Wyoming. Yes, we'll go ahead and say it's like Wyoming. Very good. Yeah, so the train continues on. After several moments, the individual comes out with some menus and the drinks that you've all ordered. Looking over the menu, it is kind of eh. There's a couple of sandwiches that are listed there. There's a couple of very simple like pasta-esque dishes. Um, there is a fish. You don't trust it. Uh, some sort of side dishes and the like. And then in the back, it does say that there is a more what's the word? Um, there is a broader choice if you were to go to the dining room in the back. So it's their little thing like saying like, you know, there's more in the back if if you have the money and you're willing to spend it, sort of thing, and you're not quite feeling what's on this menu. That said, there isn't really another stop for quite some time, and folks are pretty much stuck on the train with either what they brought with them or what they order from either one of the dining rooms, dining cars, or there is a sort of a lounge where there's snacks or something.
Does this lounge also have a piano I can drape myself across?
Great question.
You did read that there is at least one piano on this train somewhere that you can
Ooh.
indeed drape yourself across.
A mysterious piano on the train somewhere. Excellent. That sounds like the key to a good time. Oh! It's my birthday. Everyone should laugh.
But the joke fell flat. Um,
Oh, that was also a piano button.
so yeah. Is
Brunia is
anybody?
like, well, geez, I'm gonna miss that cooking at the lodge. Those orcs sure could cook. I won't miss Aegis's cooking though. It was hit or miss. Like he wasn't all bad, right? But when he missed hard. Maybe it happened to be because of all the expired meat and fish he used. I do feel like that had something to play into that.
I mean, I
And
was right home, like in the training that I've had in certain types of work that I do, like being almost poisoned is kind of like how you know you're alive. So, you gotta think of the positive in that way. Like he always kept you on your toes. And he taught us about acupuncture, which is just a great way to get anything done.
Shaylun looked like she was about to say something when talking about Aegis's ingredient freshness, but then as Panabon kind of went on, she stopped and went back to drinking her water. Um,
I don't see any cake
Aegis.
here. Oh, you're inquiring about Aegis. Yes, I don't think that you got the chance to meet him and Lox, our companions. They went back for Lox to Istipanur, where Lox is from.
Okay, Lux and Lex. I like it.
Oh
If
yeah,
you say
let's do
if you
it.
say if you say I've got a snake in my boot, it would almost be like Lox is here.
I got a snake in my boot.
There you go. That was one of his favorite sayings.
I
I
don't know.
looked down at my bare feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that really works. Drew, what are you doing on this train? Where are you going?
Wherever I want, I just kind of travel. Wherever it takes me is where I end up.
A lone human? Sorry for the question, but you don't exactly look her up and down for weapons like you should be traveling alone.
Oh, but wait. Drew can play the bagpipes. They are ferocious, mighty instruments.
Bagpipes are my weapon. Nobody likes them, so they run away.
I love bagpipes. People are wrong. They're just uncultured. You just have to find the right people.
I've always traveled by myself since I was younger, since I left home, and I've never really had too much of a problem.
The world is becoming a more dangerous place these days.
Well, thankfully, I've not had to deal with that, and I've only come across kind people like yourselves. Um,
Oh, that's sweet that you think that. I'm glad.
I look at Lex like,
Lex just thinks back on the past few days.
but
The
where are you all headed?
same. Prunia looks at Shayloon like, Shayloon, please start talking. And when Shayloon doesn't, Prunia looks at Lex.
Lex is following you, so he looks at Panabon.
You know, it's funny. We're doing a birthday trip, and we're heading off to see my grandparents in Ireland. You know, we're doing a big family trip. I want to introduce them to my friends. They've never met a Dragonborn before, because I lived in Palacoon for a time, and they didn't have any Dragonborns in Ireland. So we're going to visit. We're going to visit the family. We're gonna have a wonderful time. Um, yeah, I'm a bit of an odd duck in my family, so they're not expecting me, but that makes it all the more fun.
That sounds delightful. Going to visit
Great.
family.
I'm glad we're
Yeah.
oddities going to visit your family.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
I
the
was
oddity. You're
told that.
fabulous.
Uh, wait, so we're supposed to show them what Dragonborn look like?
I mean,
Just
they've just
let's gloss
never
over that
met a
fact.
Dragonborn before, so you can
So
decide what that
not in
means
the
for you.
city, I take it. Not in the city. I'm sure there's
Not in the
Dragonborn in their
city.
cities. No.
They lived out by the sea last letter I got from them, but that was like 3 years ago, so I'm not actually sure directly where they are now, but we'll find out when we get there. It'll be good times.
Alright. Yeah.
I bet they're gonna ask to touch our hair.
It is beautiful hair.
I like run my hands through the mohawk. I mean, I get
the
it.
the odd frills and sort of head growths that Dragonborn have that isn't quite hair, but seems to serve similar purposes in terms of at least style and fashion. As you're sitting there, waiting for the server to kind of come back so you can order a sad little meal in this sad little dining car, there are people that are sort of moving back and forth through the train. Some and being close to the door that is closer to the back of the train, and think I think it's just 2 cars from the bedroom where your rooms are. Um, One individual comes through, and Panabon and Drew, you both kind of catch on that this person, a male, nondescript for the most part, seems to kind of take it fairly slow and is like eyeballing the entire table and just kind of looking over everybody as they then continue on past. You do notice that
I
Jayloon seems to have caught this as well and is staring at them fairly hard.
just because I don't know what the staring is going on about, and I'm making some assumptions. And even though I've been expressly been told by the Water Reclamation Society in Gialaludi that there's no thieves on this train, just in case, I'm gonna wrap my knuckles against the table in a pattern of thieves can't that is basically the word don't.
Indeed.
Drew's just
This
kind of. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that the individual does seem to take a seat kind of at the opposite end of the car.
Drew just kind of like sits up and keeps an eye in that direction to make sure that the person doesn't come closer and start something.
Um, yeah. Shayloon kind of leans over to the two Dragonborn and says quietly, "That man over there is paying a lot of attention to us."
I will look over, and I want to do two things. I want to roll perception to see what I can understand, or maybe an insight if I can try to judge a man's intentions. And then I would like to roll intimidation to just give him a death stare, because that is what she does best. So would that be perception or insight?
Give us, well, if you're trying to look and see like what the guy maybe has on him or what
Yeah.
have you, that would be perception. If you're trying to just get it, like some sense of his intention, that's insight.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I guess like I'm trying to judge his like body movement, so like I guess it's in between. So I will choose perception because I have a +3 to that versus 0 pluses for insight.
And while you're rolling, I'm gonna stage whisper to Drew. Does the person look like they have hands staring at us?
They definitely have hands.
Okay, but that's not a fair thing to say. They definitely have hands because there's been times in the universe where they have not.
I'm saying this person definitely has hands.
Yes.
And that the and you can see the hands. They are their hands, and the hands are where they belong in this case. The person has sat down in a seat and is facing in your direction. The other there are other folks on the train in this train car, so give me for Perunia, the person is dressed in a way that allows them to move fairly quickly, but so are a lot of people. It's traveling. They, as soon as they kind of notice you looking though at them, they do that kind of turn away, like they're not looking, and then you wait until they kind of look back your direction and go ahead and give me that intimidation check.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you do get them. They kind of turn away again fairly rapidly, and just kind of sit there in the chair. Nothing else is really going on. Not with them, and not really with anyone else currently. The server comes up. So, have you decided on anything from the menu?
Corned beef sandwich.
Excellent. Anyone else?
Corned beef sandwich too. I
Great.
look awkwardly at Perunia. Yeah.
I would like a corned beef sandwich with a tiny umbrella in it because it's my birthday.
We do have tiny umbrellas, as noted in your drink. So
they'll just fit my little gnome head. Look at that. See? Woohoo!
It is very becoming. And you miss to Drew.
I'll just have what everyone else is having. Thank you.
Very good. Another corned beef sandwich. And for you, and Shayloon orders mac and cheese. Breaking the chain. And off he goes. After some time, as you're talking generally about the seeing outside, the sun is kind of dipping down low and is getting much darker. Those of you who are watching this individual as he's sitting, he has been nursing a glass of whatever he had ordered, Give me an insight check for those who care and are watching him.
I will roll one of those.
Inside is always my worst.
18.
Alexis is the most insightful.
Am I?
Today you are.
All right. He seems to be. He seems to have like some sense of concern. Uh, like he's like you notice he kind of looks to his wrist where he's wearing a watch, which could Panabon be hiding a some sort of scarification or whatever, where like if your hands were to come off, a watch would cover that. That up.
That could also be where his fake hands are attached to his body. They're getting trickier. Trickier!
Indeed. But yeah, he seems to be looking at his watch several times and to be a bit concerned, perhaps is the word, about whatever it is that he's waiting for or expecting to happen.
This is so tempting for Prunia. She doesn't like waiting for things to happen. So she's going to get up and saunter over to his table and sit down across from him and say, you look like you're waiting for something.
Well, he does, as you are trying to slide in to sit down and say that, he looks up and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, did you need this table? I was just leaving." And he gets up, and now he had come in from the other side, the side of the train where you were. He gets up and starts walking the other direction.
Can
Hey,
I
you
try
know
and
who
block
keeps
him?
Yeah, if you're moving up as well, you try
Yeah.
to get in
I
his way.
want to try and play it off as accidentally like walking into him to block him. Like I'm just gonna go stand up and be like, "Oh, Perunia."
Okay. Get a sense of where we are here. All right. Yeah, so he is as he's trying to kind of get up out of the seat. A little bit more. You kind of knock him back into the chair. Shaylun's just kind of back here watching, a little bit of a look of horror on her face. And Panabon and Ju still sitting at the at their table. He looks up, is like, pardon me, I did not notice you there. I was just getting up.
Mm-hmm. Now, tell me something, sir. How could have somebody be so concerned with time while they're stuck on a train? Are you missing an appointment?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I look all the way across the table at him, then I say, if this train is stopped unexpectedly, I know who to blame. Got it?
Why would I stop train?
I'm sure you wouldn't, but I'm sure that you have friends who might. I know that thieves can attack these rail lines just as sure as they can attack a stagecoach. And I've seen how many times you've looked at your watch. You're waiting for something to happen.
He is obviously kind of reaching a stage of panic.
Mhm.
And he just kind of looks between the two of you. And then he jumps up and tries to, because Lex is kind of blocking the way and you're kind of pulled into the chair, is actually going to run back down the other way. And he just sort of tries to bolt down.
I tackle him.
You can make an attack of opportunity and attempt to grapple him. Yes, indeed.
While she's
That's what I
Can
was hoping
go ahead.
Can I don't know how exactly I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna look at Drew and go, sorry for my feet, and then I kind of want to somersault over so I make sure I'm in the same booth with Shayloon just in case I need to be.
Okay, easily done. You have swapped spots and you are now sitting next to Shayla.
I also have I have ball bearings ready in my hand. Like I never go anywhere without some of my ball bearings. So like if someone tries to come in unexpectedly, then ball bearings on the floor, which I've
that
learned
poor waiter.
historically. Well, no, I haven't done anything with them yet. But like if it's not the waiter and they look shifty, they're going. We're pulling a full Home Alone here.
All right, so Perunia, you tackle him and knock him into another booth and actually into like someone else's lap that's sitting on the table that's across. Because as I said, there are other people in here. And this lady kind of screams, and you've got him grappled. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of initiative just to see if he can't, as he tries to break away from you. So,
You want initiative from everybody?
everybody that's going to be involved in this probably will want to make some sort of initiative roll.
I don't know if I am or not, but I'll do it anyway. Drew, what were you doing as I was?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was gonna look over and say, Mr. Panabon, do you not know him? And I'm gonna kind of point towards the gentleman that has just been tackled.
Oh, just Panabon, sweetie. I'm genderqueer. Just Panabon, but
Sorry.
yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I didn't introduce myself away, but yeah, no. Well, 9 times out of 10, when you don't know someone that's being sneaky a lot, they're trying to do sneaky things. We're just prepared. We're just highly ready, highly ready for anything. Yeah, ready. Ready's the word I'm going to use.
I thought maybe he was a friend because I saw him. Well, never mind.
I wish it was a friend. I really do. Friends would be nice. See, it's nice because it's refreshing because you're a friend, so it's a nice change of pace.
Lex, you're first. You see that Perunia has this fellow kind of held in her grip. Of course, he's struggling, but what would you like to do, if anything?
Do I get the vibe that Prunia wants to keep fighting him or take him out?
You would get the vibe that Prunia wants to have a serious conversation with this fellow and find out if we're in trouble. So I'm trying to like where you get somebody's arm locked and like steer them back into a booth to have a serious conversation. So I could use some help, getting us off this woman's lap.
Yeah, can I tie him and help her, like pull him out?
Yes, absolutely. So you're going to give Perunia an assist when the time comes and he wants to try and do an escape, and it'll be opposed athletics checks.
Cool.
Drew, is there anything that you want to do specific to the situation?
No, I would like to hold my action for now, if I can.
Okay. Shayloon says he is definitely not our friend. I don't know. And she pulls out the little thing from her bag and is pondering it at this moment.
What's that?
He put it in your bag.
Yeah, it's I didn't notice this in my bag before. but I wasn't sure what it was.
I sleight of hand it so Shaylun is no longer holding it just in case.
So you just kind of take it from Shaylun. She's
Yeah,
not.
I'm just
She
like,
doesn't resist that on your turn. Perunia, you are angling to get this guy into this seat, and on his turn, so long as he does not escape, that will be completely successful, 100%.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and do his athletics check. It's not very good. Maybe he'll roll high. He does not roll high. With advantage, give me an athletics check.
give him the chair. I'm not saying it in real in character, but I really want to say it in character.
Okay, got it.
Oh, and for everyone, I don't know if everyone could see this, but the character's name is Shifty Fellow.
Wow, I just rolled terribly, guys, and that was with the assist. Was it still
Happily,
better than his? Yes.
happily, you are strong and have a friend, and you shove him back into the seat and slide in, kind of locking him in.
That's right. I use my big old dragonborn hips, and I've got his arm still in an arm bar behind him. Whereas if somebody was just passing us, we'd be looking like we're having maybe an intimate conversation or an intense one at least. And Lex is, I would assume, probably sliding in across from us. And so I go, "What are you trying to do right now?"
It would it you should probably just let me go about my business. I don't have anything uh, uh, that you need or want or uh, and you don't. I mean, you're not. You know,
Not what?
um, you're not like. And he kind of has this sort of defeated sense to him. And as that's going on, Panabon and Drew are just content to sort of watch what's happening, or is there anything you want to do?
How far can I get with this mysterious thing that was in Shaylun's bag? I know that she can nope me, but how far can I get before, like?
Well, I mean, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to like
So,
run out the back door with it, or run down the train with it, or?
if there's a way to run to, like, if there's like I don't know if they have open train windows or if they're hermetically sealed, but like, either I am thinking something bad is going to happen with this, so I've taken it away, and now I want to get away from Shaylun. And whatever happens, real or imagined, is my concern is that this is a really bad thing that is set to do something shortly, and I want to be away.
So the train cars, there's doors, and then between the cars, there's like a little. It's kind of like a subway where it's like enclosed, um, so it's not just open to the open air, so that people can walk between the train cars. Um, there's in this dining car, there are no windows that open. Um, you did notice that there were windows that open in the seating car that you had walked through on your way here.
Is there one of those things like they have on some trains where you can get water from them, like a little water spigot and like a little like a fountain thing where you get a little cup under it? It's like free water.
No, nothing like that. Normally, if you want water, you just ask one of the attendants and they'll bring you water. Um, there's bathrooms.
I do not want to do that to a toilet just in case.
I was thinking of
am
sinks,
just
so like there's like you can get water.
there's a yeah, but I'm envisioning that I don't have long because I don't know how long is left on whatever is happening here. So I'm just going to get out of the booth and move to the opposite, um, like I actually move myself? I'm just gonna move like
Like
right
near us.
here. Yeah, like near you, but far enough away from Shayloon that if something goes off or is going to happen, um, that Shayloon has time to react to it and protect themselves. And I go, it's just don't be mad, and then I'm just gonna like walk away and stand right there.
And Panabon, I will say, I don't think that Perunia has overheard the fact that that was put in her bag. Alex has, obviously, but Perunia hasn't. Just FYI.
Right.
But I don't know what it is, and so it's also just like in the 6 seconds that have elapsed, I haven't had time to announce it, and I also don't know if that's a good idea to announce it either. So
Okay. So you've kind of stepped out and moved away. Let's get so as you're sitting there, um, Shayloon kind of looks out the window and what's that? Um, in my horrible Shayloon accent. And Drew and Panabon can both look out, and you do see something. It's hard to tell the distance, gauge the distance from the train, but it's just a bit like a row of lights that are going perpendicular to the train, or not perpendicular, parallel to the train. And then they kind of just shoot up and disappear as you're looking out the window like that. And after several moments, up front, this gentleman, who is still being held, he's just like, look, honestly, it's just best if you just let me go.
As for
Promise.
whom?
For you,
Can I lean in really close and have my eyes turn red as I'm staring at him and just go, I think it's best if you just be honest with us.
you can make an intimidation check.
Ooh,
Phew.
nice.
there we go.
He kind of blanches at that and just kind of goes back as Lex's eyes just kind of take on this just blood red appearance. It's very unsettling. And he just looks back and forth, and then there is a kind of a thump that shakes through the car. A lot of the other passengers on the train kind of look around as that happens. And he just kind of sighs and just kind of ducks back, like kind of sinks into his chair. And be in the wrong part of the train.
So those are your buddies.
Drew, Cape Shayloon safe.
Okay, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say I will. I don't know if this is important or not, but I saw this man put something in your friend's bag before we got on the train. I don't know if it's dangerous, but he slipped something.
And you're saying no, this for all of us to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I twist his arm harder.
Okay.
What does that do?
You twist his arm harder, and as you do so, both sides of the train, the doors slide open, and several men enter the train, looking like they are ready for a fight, perhaps. And one of them catches eyes with your prisoner and gives a frown. But when we come back from our break, we will get into this encounter. Welcome back. All right. So when we left off, there was a shady fellow in the train car. Perunia went to go investigate. Lex went with. They trapped this fellow in one of the seats, trying to get some answers out of him. He was giving off, you're about to get attacked vibes. Meanwhile, Drew was confirming that this fellow had earlier dropped something into Shaylun's bag, which matches the fact that Shaylun found something in her bag that she didn't think was going to be there. So Panabon has that now and was trying to move it away from Shaylun in case it was going to explode or something, in which case
Explode,
Panabon would sacrifice
immobilize.
themselves.
I'm assuming it was an immobilization device. I haven't done any like tech research, and now I'm being attacked. So no tech
And
research
then
yet.
there was a sort of a jarring of the train car, and now there are individuals entering from either side. And the one thing you notice kind of on your end is, Panabon, is they actually kind of look past all of you, as their eyes are kind of gazing across the chairs and looking into all the different chairs and all the people sitting down. You get the sense that they're looking for somebody and that it isn't you. It might be Shaylun, because from where Shaylun is sitting, they won't see her as easily, but hard to say. At the other side, the three individuals that come in, uh, they, all of their gazes kind of, they scan the train car and then they kind of lock with the individual that Perunia is keeping prisoner. And with that, we're going to go ahead and begin. So this first individual moves up, and he is, as he is doing so, he is he looks at Shaylun, and then kind of walks past, gives Drew a look, and also walks past.
Walks past as in I'd get an attack of opportunity.
If you would like to, you absolutely could get an attack of opportunity here.
Great. Come on. There we go.
All right.
Nope.
Oh, at least it wasn't a 1 that it was almost about to be.
All right. So
That's
you
true.
kind of try to stab this guy as he walks past. He doesn't notice as he turns. What the?
Shouldn't have aim for the heel. Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Rookie mistake, as rookies do. Meanwhile, at the other side of the train, one of these fellows pulls out his sword and points it at you, Pernia. Let him go.
Or what? Withdrawing my own sword.
He looks at your very large sword. This doesn't have anything to do with you, he says. He is not
Well,
acting, though.
I am here, it would seem that it does.
Can I please give her an inspiration for that, please?
I mean, you know what? On your next roll.
Thank you. You hear an applause from over on the other side of the car.
Thank you.
So he kind of takes a step back and he looks like he's set maybe to receive a charge or what have you. Lex, Sin, it is your turn for Lex.
You're on mute.
I'm looking between the friend that we have just captured and the friend that has arrived. And I'm trying to determine who's more important here. Are you still holding on to our friend as someone who
yes.
like has just pulled out your sword?
So I have a two-handed weapon. So technically, if I need to use my weapon, I will need to use both hands. Like in an ideal world. I have hip checked this guy next to me, so like it'd still be he'd have to wiggle to get out, but like yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hold on to him for sure.
Can I reach
Are
across the
you?
table and just hit him?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to do that.
I would say that this might normally have like some sorts of advantages and disadvantages, but they all equal out. So it's just a regular roll.
Okay.
Booth fighting.
Booth
So
fighting.
the first one's a 12.
Okay, so a 12 actually will hit this this guy. Let me make sure that you're set there. And
Oh,
now you can go
beautiful.
ahead and give us a damage roll on that.
And I'm also gonna do stunning strike as well, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So he's gonna have to do a save.
Right. So if you go down to your stunning strike and click that magnifying glass, that will expand your stunning strike, the actual things that go to
And I can
go
roll
off.
for him, right?
Yep. And then you're going to roll the save. And then if he fails, the effect. He does not succeed. He fails absolutely. So go ahead
So
and
he's now paralyzed.
yes. So apply the effect and oh, you didn't have to roll again. The effect is underneath the.
Oh, okay.
There
Sorry,
you
it's
go.
tiny.
Bam. All right.
And then I would like to move. My thingy is like not clicking anything. That's not the sheet right now.
Right now. So just let me know if you kind of like have yourself selected. You can either use the arrow keys to move, or you can kind of drag yourself where you want to go.
So like I have myself selected, and every time it selects, the circle turns white. And then it doesn't let me move.
So you're not actually going to move until I accept the movement.
Okay. I would like to move towards the Sky Bandit and then also roll to attack him.
Okay, so this is your second of 2 attacks. Go for it. He is also going to attack you as you are approaching, as he had held his action.
A real strong 10.
Yes. All right. So you.
I also would like to use a. Actually, no, not this time. I'll leave it for now.
All right. He does strike out at you as you are approaching, hitting you with the sword for 7 damage, actually catching you unawares and probably leading to your miss, perhaps not quite expecting that. And then you said you didn't want to use a bonus action for anything?
Not right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perunia, you're up. The guy next to you is kind of like dazed, but
Yeah.
not otherwise unconscious or anything.
And Prunia is super impressed that Lex is fighting both sides. This is like awesome in Prunia's opinion. She and you'll have to tell me what requires more actions versus less actions. Because I know I can interact with an object as a bonus action, I think, but I would like to use the rope in my bag to quickly tie their hands. So if they come unstunned, that it would take them, maybe an extra moment to get out of it. But if I don't have time to do that, I will get out and exit this booth and engage Sky Bandit 2 with Lex.
Okay. So trying to actually tie someone up would be a full action. Like your interact with an object would be like grabbing a rope with which to tie someone up. So just kind of letting him sit, then your choice is to approach this fellow with alongside Lex and attack.
Yeah, I mean, like I know that there's also people behind me that are gonna come and like try to rescue this guy too. So like I am slightly concerned on that side, but I'm not gonna worry about it for this second, as I will go ahead and hit this guy who has now done damage to my friend. So if I wasn't feeling murderous towards him before, I am now. So there we go.
Absolutely. And keep in mind right now that you do have a full audience. There are many people in here watching.
Oh, well then in which case, it's time
So
to
I
put on a show.
believe you can add 2 to your charisma. Oh yeah, +3 to charisma, so you can add up to 3 uh, of your crowd pleaser ability.
And I have to look where I need to do that. There it is. There's the guy right there, magnifying glass. And I hit the effect, I think, 3 times. Is that how I do it?
3 times.
Got it. All right. And I will use, they don't look magical, so I will use my regular greatsword, which I already have out. I think I have successfully selected him. And I'm rolling.
Ooh, that does not look good for him.
That is what I like to hear.
All right, so he goes down um, immediately. This fellow is not, obviously not a very highly skilled fighter. You immediately learn after spending time with the orcs and being out and adventuring now for a couple of months. Yeah, this fellow is more like a street punk ruffian, if you will.
Well, if I haven't used on all of my movement, which I don't believe I have, I think I've only gone about maybe 10. I will go another 10 to engage Sky Bandit 13 if he's closer.
Okay. So going after Sky Bandit 13.
And as I go to attack them, I'll yell, "What do you want?" Not that I'm actually waiting for a reply, 'cause like I'm not. I think that I've selected him, and I attack. Oh man, it's almost a
An
hit.
18 is going to hit, actually. Jeez.
Well, I guess
Did you
that one
roll?
isn't going to
You
reply
rolled-
either.
You rolled a. I thought you rolled like a. Oh, because you have your. Wow, you actually got to re-roll that 2, and that turned into a 6. So
Mhm.
yeah, down he goes. The one that's remaining looks with some concern at his 2 friends, and then across to the individual that's still sitting there, kind of dazed, and he yells out, "Where's the inventor?" As on the
Oh.
other side of the train, this individual moves up to Panabon and attempts to sword you with his sword.
I don't care for that.
That is a 1 on my roll, so that is absolutely not going to be a successful swording of Panabon.
I have added height. It's the hair.
Uh,
People always think I'm taller than I am.
Undoubtedly. The fellow that's across the way, he is stepping up and around Perunia, and then he steps away without provoking an attack of opportunity from Perunia.
Rude.
He spins low as he is trying to hit Lex once with his short sword as he passes by. Missing. Continuing on.
Wait,
And
Lex
he
doesn't get
reaches.
an attack of
No.
opportunity there? No?
No. And he reaches into the booth to grab the guy and is like, "What is wrong with you?" As the guy's still kind of stunned and unable to act. And that's it. That's what Returning to the other side of the train, this fellow pulls out a crossbow, a little guy, and fires it at Panabon.
Really wish I had my shade up right now.
That actually hits you right in the shoulder, but it mostly gets caught up in the folds of your blouse and your robes or your cloak, and does very minimal damage. And it becomes your turn.
I for one do not care for this attitude. How dare you? Well, right now, shade's not going to do me any good. I have a weird idea. I don't know if I can do this. I'm holding the device in my hand. I would like to attempt to shove it in Sky Bandit 6's mouth and choke them with the tracking / immobilization death device.
Cool.
Go ahead and give me a attack roll, same as your dagger. That's fine.
It's like, I
Please
don't
make
know.
this happen.
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d4.
1d4.
Okay, so you do 2 points of damage as you shove this into this guy's mouth and kind of shove him back. And he's very confused as he's like grabbing at his face, where you basically shove something that's a little bit too big to fit in his mouth into his mouth. Hurts a lot. Hurts a lot. Is there anything else you're doing? Are you moving? Are you going to use your bonus action to dash or disengage?
Can I use my bonus action to bring out Pakran? Or is that not a...
That is a standard action.
That's standard action. I want to dash. Can I dash just to like right behind Bandit 6? I think I'll do.
Yes. That is going to earn you an attack of opportunity from Bandit 32.
Oh, not all. I meant like all the way. Wait,
you cannot go through Bandit 6 now.
Oh, there's space. So when I'm looking at him, I can see. I'm just going to do this way, like legit behind there. If that makes sense. Oh.
So from where you're at,
yes,
I get that you want to move to the other side.
Yes.
So in order to do that, you do have to leave the threat range of 32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, regardless of what direction you go.
I don't want that attack of opportunity. So I guess I'm not. Because if I disengage, that still gives 32 an attack of opportunity, doesn't it?
You can disengage from one of them, yes. So even if you disengage with your bonus action and then move, you would.
Yeah, I don't have any other thing that I can do right now, so this is just where I'm gonna be, and I have.
You can disengage from 32 and move between 9 and 6, and then no one would get an attack on you, but you would then be between 9 and 6.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be between them anyways, so I love that journey for me, and that's what I'll do.
Okay, that is where you do your disengage.
I hopped off of 6's head and like landed nicely in victory.
Yes, indeed. He's like grabbing at the thing and swinging his sword around. Let's see. That fellow is quite unconscious, so it goes to Drew. There's a kerfluffle on this here train.
I would like to. I want to cast Vicious Mockery on Bandit number 32.
Okay.
Remember how to do it? I'm gonna targeted Zach, maybe? Do I have him targeted?
So you can control click on his token.
Well, that's what I was missing. Thank you. All right.
He fails to save against vicious mockery.
I do damage.
I'm gonna need you to describe for the group what your vicious mockery sounds like.
I call out to him. Hey, excuse me, you. Your mother takes up more tiles than a gelatinous cube. And he takes 7 psychic
7 points of damage, yes. And then also hit the effect button that follows, because he will have disadvantage on his next attack. All right. He did not like that. He is not sure what a gelatinous cube is, but it doesn't sound like something he wants to compare his mother to at all. And so he is definitely a little bit put off by that. At this point, Shaylin realizes that there is something afoot. And so she stands up in the booth and is looking around. And she just, seeing that Panabon is kind of surrounded, she extends a hand towards Sky Bandit number 9 and just yells out, "Sparkle dots!" That's my Shaylin for you all.
It's perfect. I loved it.
Indeed. There we go. So that
That's
is all right. And that knocks him back against the door, but he is not quite out. He looks very dazed and like, where the hell did that come from? And then she climbs up onto the table so that she can dance in a direction if need be. And that becomes her turn. This fellow does not like being called mean things by his mother, about his mother. But also Shaylin just did magic, so he looks a little torn. He decides to jump up and attack both of you, starting with Shaylin. With disadvantage, he is going to miss. He mutters a curse at that as he continues the swing at Drew. That is going to be a hit. And he does sort of catch you in the arm for 7 points of damage. "You don't talk about my mother," he says. Lex, you're up.
I So he's right by the person, isn't he?
He is by the person you've stunned, who will be unstunned by the end of your turn, or at the end of your turn.
I'm gonna turn to them both. How far away is that?
10 feet to the first guy.
And to the second guy.
If you wanted to like climb up on the table, then that would be like a 20-foot total.
Like away or closer?
Of movement, period.
Okay. No, I think I'm gonna stay where I am right now, and I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and I'm gonna use my like draconic breath and breathe it out at them.
This is a journey that everyone is excited about. And so your breath is, are you doing a cone
I'm gonna
to
do
get both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll put both of them in a target for you. And now you're going to go ahead and hit the save button that is under that breath weapon attack. Whoa, 1 second.
Probably not exciting for the people to clean the carpets, though.
Go ahead and hit. So hit the damage because you still do damage.
Yes.
And then I'm going to roll for the shifty fellow because for reasons his thing did not pop up. So let me go ahead and just roll that again. He's still saved. All right. He should have rolled with disadvantage. They both so like at the last moment he's like as like this lightning just kind of streams, just electricity crackling from your mouth out in, and it doesn't go like in a straight line. It actually goes kind of out and like almost like a lightning bolt, how like it splits instead of just like a single direct bolt, and hits both of them. They both curse. And the guy that's in the aisle shakes the other guy, and he's like, "He's not here!" and turns with his sword drawn back towards both Perunia and Lex. Are you wanting to move or do anything with a bonus action?
There's a person behind me in between myself and Perunia, right?
That person is on the ground.
Oh, okay, good.
That's how I felt too.
I guess I'll move closer then to Sky Bandit 11.
All right.
And I would like to use another key point to do Flurry of Blows and do 2 more attacks unarmed.
So to do Flurry of Blows, you do have to make an attack action. Let me double check something.
No, this is my attack action. The breath weapon is my attack action.
I think so. That's what I was double checking.
And then go.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
And as a matter of fact, you also can attack.
Can
you get 2 attacks. It says you replace one of your attacks.
Okay, so I'll count that as my other attack, that really awful roll.
Yes. And now you could Flurry of Blows.
Yeah. I was just a little too focused on the lightning friends. Oh, Puppet for the first one.
That's
22.
better.
That one is going to connect.
Okay. We're gonna.
Okay, so a little bit of damage, and then anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay. Perunia.
Yeah, so I'm overhearing the conversation this guy's having with our stunned shifty fellow. And so he is 25 feet from me. So I am going to run up on him and well, the goal of course for Prunia is to talk, but Prunia doesn't wait to swing her sword while asking questions, as we have found out. So she's going to run up on, attack him, and say, "Who are you looking for?" While, of course, swinging a blade. Again, she's like not really getting this interrogation thing. I don't know.
It's nuanced, you know, and it's hard to get the nuances sometimes.
Yeah.
You hear Panabon's voice, "Leave one alive to interrogate."
All right, so that is going to hit. So go ahead and give us that damage roll. Oof. So this guy seems a little bit more martially versed than the other 2. That is
great.
For sure.
Then I'm gonna swing again.
These 2 ladies are screaming as they are backing away from the edge of their chairs.
Oh God. Keep it down. You're fine.
They're not happy about it as you take this fellow down. That is unfortunate for the shifty fellow in the seat, as he is just trying to like duck under now that the guy's not like shaking him anymore.
I guess we need to keep this one alive, huh? I say to Lex.
Do we have to?
I mean,
Okay. Sky Bandit 6 finally spits out the device. It lands on the ground and rolls over a little bit, and he turns to Panabon and swings with his blade.
Your mother is a gelatinous cube, right? Did I see that right?
Obviously, because you distracted him enough to miss. He does not hit you with that. And Skybat at 9 goes through the door. Panabon, would you like to make an attack of opportunity on Skybat at 9 as he is trying to run away?
I would love to do that.
Then why don't you?
Don't.
Well,
Here, let me give you a hand with that. And I'm gonna
1 second
Guess
before
I
you do that. All right, there you go. Go for it.
okay. This is not a sneak attack, right? I'm not
It is not. It's just a regular attack.
But it's piercing.
It is, and you just like catch him as he's running, and he just falls in, and then the train door, it's just kind of, it's not like it's just kind of on a slider so it just shuts like naturally, and so it just kind of shuts on him, and he's just lying in the doorway. The door's half open on the
I
pillow.
I say, "Hey, Avril, he was head and shoulders above the rest, because his head is by the door." Get it?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm sorry, Drew. We're just kind of like this.
And then it's your turn.
Great. I just have to move the map so I can actually see myself.
All right, so let's get the map over there. Actually,
there we go. Okay. So Sky Bandit 6 spit out the gift that I gave them. That's
absolutely
just rude.
It did not taste good.
So you know what's worse than mysterious device in the mouth? A dagger at the back of your head. That's worse. So I just kind of want to show them that maybe the device was the better of the two things. So.
Perchance. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Roll that again, because you were attacking the guy that was already down.
I was wondering why they got advantage on that.
I mean, I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah. All right. So
that didn't do well at all.
What is your bonus? Attack bonus? No, that's a hit, because even if we had taken the 6, that would have been a hit. So both the 6 and the 15.
Take it.
And 7 hit.
I'm gonna take it.
We're gonna call that a hit.
Hey.
All right. So he is unhappy about all of this.
You're not going anywhere.
Do you want to move? Use your bonus action?
No, I just want to kind of stay like. I just want to make sure the dagger stays in the heel and the person doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just gonna be right there. It'll be good.
Sounds great. Drew, this guy, standing 1 foot in the bench and 1 foot on the table, menacing both you and Shaylin.
If I wanted to pull out my rapier, can I do that and stab him with it, or?
Absolutely, because you can interact with an object once for free.
Okay, then I am going to do that. I am going to pull out my rapier and I am going to try to stab him with it.
The rapier that, for the rest of you, was apparently hidden in the folds of their clothing, because you didn't notice that they were carrying a weapon.
I mean, or we're polite and don't say anything.
No, Prunia looked.
Okay.
Because Prunia is not polite, so.
Okay, well, I'm polite.
Prunia was like, "How do you defend yourself?"
Drew, make your rapier sing. Sarah's not here, so I can make all the puns I want.
For the rapier, how do I can't remember what I have to do. I'm
So
sorry.
on your actions tab,
Mhm.
it's at the top under your weapons.
Right. Okay, now I see it. Thank you. That? Ooh,
Ooh,
14?
that's gonna get him.
Yes. Can I also, and I don't know if I can do this, but can I also spend one of my bardic inspirations to do psychic blades to do extra damage?
Absolutely, this is exactly when you would do that.
And I'm gonna
So, what you're gonna do then? If so, in the future, when you want to do this, you do it
Mhm.
before you roll the damage,
Oh, okay.
so that it gets rolled into the damage itself. So what we're
Oh,
gonna do right now is just have you roll 3d6. So just pick up a six-sided die from the bottom,
Mhm.
and then right-click it twice to get 3d6 and roll it into the box.
Nice.
All right, so that's an additional 11 as you have more things to say about his mother, apparently.
no, this time I say, and you smell bad too, and look very awkward and uncomfortable as I say it.
All right, so he is very taken aback by this, as you hit him with this rapier in a way that, uh, I mean, it's painful in its own right. You did 8 points of damage with the rapier itself, but like the color drains from his face as just these words seem to slam into him in a way that is physically affecting him. All right. 10, 20, 30, and then
Why is he counting?
he's
I don't like
running.
that at all.
I'm counting because I need to know
Oh.
how much distance this guy is going as he is
Don't
trying to
trust
run.
him. Don't trust him.
Mm-mm.
He's smiling. Don't trust the DM.
As long as I got Shaylun out of the line of fire, that was the important thing.
All right, so let's see where we're at here. Next up is going to be, looks like Shaylun is up again. Shaylun takes this opportunity as the guy's kind of like unstable to attempt to just kind of kick him and just see if she can kick him off the table. All right. I am going to roll as if she's using a dagger. That'll be the same thing. Why did I roll twice? Okay. Targeted myself. So 13 hits the bandit, and with that does a. Sarah's gonna love this. He goes off balance and he falls because she only does 1 point of damage, but he only had 1 hit point left. So as he falls, his head hits the edge of the table with a crack, and then he just slumps down to the ground.
Oh, you're gonna give
Amazing.
Shaylun a complex.
Um, she kind of, her eyes widen at that, like, oh shit, what did I do? But he is down for the count.
Ooh, 2 dead bodies.
I mean, meanwhile, I've
Tasty
already
shit.
murdered 3, but whatevs. Cool.
Well, no, Shaylun's kill count is 2 currently.
I know.
Right?
I
2?
know.
Maybe it's more than 2. I don't know.
All right, Lex and Perunia, you are both up next. That fellow darted up the stairs. Lex is first, but yeah, what are you doing, Lex, there?
You're muted.
How far is he?
You would say that the distance to the stairs is maybe about 50 feet or so. And then you don't know how far he might have went after he went up the stairs.
Mm. So, can I walk my full 55 feet first and see where he's gone from there?
Absolutely. So 10, 15, 20. Good. So you get to the stairs with 5 feet to spare. He's definitely gone up the stairs. Do you want to go up the stairs?
Yes, please.
Okay. So your 5 feet is going to get you halfway. So then bonus action or your standard action.
And I don't see him anywhere.
You don't see him as you are looking. And as a matter of fact, let me swap you over here.
It's so dark in here.
There we go. It'll be dark for everyone else. You will be able to see.
I would like to bonus action use a key point, so I could use a dash action for my bonus action, please, for Step of the Wind.
Okay, as you move in here, we're going to just take 5 feet of your movement to move in. Make a perception test.
Ooh. Ooh. I can read words. Oh no, it rolled off the tray, I'm sorry. I will roll again.
Nice.
All right, so as you reach the top of the steps and move out, at first you don't see him, and you move in and you're about to like spin around the corner, but then you see like just the top of his head over there behind the carrots.
Oh, I want to be a dick. Can I be quiet in this dash?
I mean, it depends on what we're trying to do. Yes, you're not like stomping your feet, and he definitely thinks he's hidden.
Well,
What do you want to accomplish?
can I use a feat at the same time that gets activated when I activate Step of the Wind?
Let's see here.
Because it says when you use your Step of the Wind, you can do this, and then it works until the end of your turn.
Which one are we talking about? Are we just talking about mobile?
We're talking about wings.
Oh, yeah. So, absolutely, you can use that.
Okay. So
So instead of running to him, you basically leap, and
yeah. So
much to the chagrin of the kitchen workers that are up here.
So as I get to the top of the stairs, I kind of take like a small like hop step, and you see like these like two bronze spectral wings pop out of my back. And I'm gonna try and fly over top to grab him, if that's possible.
You absolutely can. You do fly over and make a just a standard attack roll to see if you can grab him.
Okay. Would that just be unarmed or?
Yep, you can just make an unarmed attack roll with that.
Oh no.
All right, so you do not manage to grab him with your first attack. Or your second. Okay. Coruña, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I am going to slide back in the booth with our friend.
Your friend, the one he ran away.
Oh, our running. That's the same guy who ran away. Sorry, I thought that was the other gentleman that was fighting with Panabon. I will not be able to make that distance happen. Well, I'll get 60 if I take a dash as my full action, so I can get up there. So I will chase, and that will probably be my turn.
Okay, so you run down and you jump up the stairs. As you reach the top, you catch the tail end of Lex's action. You see these like wings like fold back into Lex's back almost as they
Oh,
and just kind
Malvern.
of disappear. And as Lex tries to grab this fellow, and he looks poised to like dart out from behind this crate of carrots, because of course he is.
Well, since I have used my action, I will just shout, if you want to stay alive, stand down.
Give us that intimidation check with
Oh, yes,
advantage.
I shall do so.
The poor kitchen staff. This is like the worst day on Amtrak ever. Ever for the kitchen staff.
I mean, to be fair, it really is, though. I don't know if I actually hit the advantage button. I didn't, and I will roll that again, because that was
Yes,
terrible.
absolutely roll that again.
Yes, thank you. Also, I just did something accidentally, and like I'm supposed to have a +6 to that, and I hit it somehow. Oh, I'm supposed to have a +7 to that. I'm not sure what I did. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. I'm supposed to have a +6.
You are intimidating with your constitution
Yeah,
instead of your
did.
charisma.
Yeah, I did not mean to do that. So, but
Yeah.
either way, so the first one, did I roll the second one?
It
Sorry, I
looks
have
like
too
you
many
rolled with
maps
advantage
open.
on the first one, so I've got a 17.
Oh, okay. I can't see that, but I'm making a mess with my map, so thank you for that.
Yes. So I see a 17 as the first attempt that did have advantage on it. So with that, meanwhile, below, the guy that is down there that Panabon fed and then stabbed, because that's Panabon's love language. Um, just kind of slumps against the this door, this bathroom door here, and throws his hands up like mercy.
I will show you mercy if you tell me everything. And then I split my veil, and so my veil is just like on top of his head.
Okay, so now, and so what everyone sees that is down there is Panabon, um, just kind of like throws their hand across their face. Normally, this would be a movement to remove a mask. I don't know that Panabon is masked right now, but there is now two Panabons standing menacingly over this individual.
And main Panabon, which is me. I'm not gonna try to do a check on it unless you want me to, but I kind of want to start searching the guy while my veil heckles him. I just want to make his day at work the worst day ever and make him question all the life choices
His
he's
day at work.
ever made. Like,
It's
I want
favorite
him to be
life
like,
work.
when I became a bandit, I didn't expect this. Like, I just full Spanish Inquisition in a Monty Python sketch. Like,
This is not how I thought my day would go.
yeah.
Indeed. Okay, so with that regard, we are going to leave initiative as the fellow upstairs just like throws his hands up and gives up as well. And I imagine that you march him downstairs.
Correct.
I let Perunia
And-
grab him because she looks much stronger and beefier than me.
I really am, though.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything in particular at this moment?
I'm gonna look at Shaylun because I've heard about the professor and I'm busy, but I'm gonna be like, Shay, you should go find the professor.
She says, I'm not going to go down the train by myself. It seems like a bad time for that.
I'll go with you.
As we march our charge back into that car, I'll say, we are all going to see what these guys were after the inventor for, as I shake our companion. And we can
Indeed.
interrogate them there.
Who do you work for?
You do note that all of the people, so anyone that was in the train car on the other side of the train, when the guy ran past and the two Dragonborn ran past, they all ran out also to the front.
Also, I feel like our lunch should be comped, but I don't see our weight around anywhere, so I
Yeah,
put
he
the
probably
copper pieces, but like rude. Where is
They
it your
never
plate?
come.
he probably dipped out as well.
Are the
Um,
sandwiches there though? Is the question.
Your sandwiches, yeah, they had been brought out already earlier. So yes, they
Lexi's
are.
gonna grab one.
when everybody is back and in range to hear me, I am gonna go back to the booth where I was sitting and pick up my lute and start playing it. And I'm gonna sing "Happy Birthday, Panabon." And everybody, that is my song of rest. And everybody is going.
Danny. That's perfect.
And everyone is gonna get 5 hit points back. So whoever needed healing, you get 5 hit points.
But can you actually sing "Happy Birthday" to Panabon for us?
Do I have to?
No.
No.
Do what makes you happy.
We did make Danny do camel noises, which was really great. Yeah.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey,
Yeah, there you go. That's
And this is all happening while Panabon is basically like not undressing this guy bandit, but is like opening things and like in pockets and like looking for tattoos that are
Doing your
descriptive.
favorite activity. This is perfect.
this is
For
a
your
fairly
birthday.
fairly low ranking bandit. Apparently, he does not have a lot. He is dirty. He does have some tattoos, but uh, nothing that is more than just just the art that you get when you stop into a tattoo shop. Flash art. And these two fellas, um, as they're sitting there, the one guy, the shifty fellow, says, "We figured you'd be hanging out with the inventor, so I guess you weren't. I would have told them, and they wouldn't have attacked you.
You weren't bad at your job, you mean?
You stopped me."
Like I said, bad at your job.
Yeah, like I'm not
Perunia.
a really good fighter, and you kind of suck.
Perunia, we should put the guy's head at the door with his friend and let the door do the work. Because that was just magnificent. I don't think you saw the whole thing, but like he doesn't need his head, right? Like if he's not gonna tell us anything, the head's not important.
Let's continue
Oh.
that line of conversation in the inventors zone, room, suite.
All right. So with that, you all decide that you need to head towards the back of the train to see about checking in with Nagatsa Senato and make sure he's all right, because there are these guys, but there was definitely something else out there that seemed a lot bigger and a lot more than just these guys. And so with that,
I do grab the device, by the way. So like
okay.
I have it on me.
So with that, you all quickly. What do you do with these two guys?
Oh, they're coming with. Oh,
Okay,
the dead
so-
bodies?
No, not the dead bodies. I figured.
We're leaving those. No.
They have waitresses and stewards for that. If they don't have any useful tattoos, I have no use for them.
And as we pass one of the waiters or waitresses or the kitchen staff, as we pass by, I say, you're welcome for saving the train. You know.
For saving the train. All right. So with that, you drag these two guys with you after you disarm them, make sure they don't have any weapons, and are heading towards the back. It's several cars to get to Nugatsa, and we will explore that journey next time. we get together. For now, just so everyone knows, we do have Origins this week, and Origins runs from Wednesday, I think Wednesday through Sunday. And so I will be at Origins all the week and weekend, as well as many of the staff and members of Rem Alternus. So there is no game next week. And then because June is a very important month for visibility, for inclusivity, for LGBTQ, and also for other marginalized people and creators, we are going to take the 19th off as well from Like Clockwork. We may have a different event in its stead, but that is still to be determined. And so with that,
if people do want to enjoy a live stream with some of the Like Clockwork cast members, both myself and Isabeth, I believe, on Thursday we're doing the Legends of the Five Rings for Gen Con TV, which will be streamed. And I've never played it, which is super exciting. So you can listen to me bumble through something I'm not used to doing.
Me too.
And yeah, so if you enjoy the soothing dulcet tones of my voice or wish for more vicious mockery from Isabeth, Thursday night is the place to be.
awesome.
Or mockery.
Indeed. So with that, we are out for the next 2 weeks. We will see everybody back on the 26th of June, Like Clockwork.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, America.